Welcome to the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. This is a place where many paths meet, where we honor the rich tapestry of spiritual traditions, and where all are welcome to explore their own relationship with the sacred. I am Maria Lundgren, and I will be your worship and song leader today. Laura Prestwick is our worship associate. Thank you to our accompanist, Karen Baggett, and to Ken and Barb for making the magic of AV and Zoom work. If you are visiting us for the first or second time today, would you raise your hand so we can welcome you? Lovely. And if you would feel comfortable, we'd like you to speak into the microphone if you would, and tell us your name and where you're from, or anything else you might like to tell us about yourself. Would you be comfortable with that? Yeah.
Hey, we're Abby and Toby Finizio, and we live in Newport.
Hello, good morning. My name is Robert, my wife Donna, who's been coming for a little bit, and my New Year's resolution was to try and get more involved in my wife's activities, so that's why I'm here.
Nice. Good one.
And just for additional info, I live about 3 or 4 miles from the Hoopers.
Yeah.
And now, would the AV team please tell us who's on Zoom today?
Okay. Looks like we have Dan Phillips, Helene Kelly, John Brobst, Karen Reddy, Dave Matheson, Kay and Daryl Lynch, Linda Rudd, and Wally.
Awesome. Welcome. We have a few announcements today. I'd like to remind you that on January 25th at 6:30 p.m., Hiroya Tsukamoto will perform a classical guitar concert. All are welcome, and tickets are available on a sliding scale. The Social Justice Committee needs more volunteers to help prepare and serve the lunches at the Martin Luther King Jr. birthday celebration on Monday, January 20th. At the Civic Center in Morehead City. It's a lot of fun, and the ceremony is always inspiring. Help will be needed from about 9:30 in the morning until about 1:30 in the afternoon. If you can help, please let Barb Thomas, good, she raised her hand, or Harriet Altman, I saw you there you are, know. And you can sign up also at a link in Friday's Wave. We invite everyone in the sanctuary to please turn off your cell phone to avoid interference with the sound system, and all those on Zoom to turn off your cameras to conserve bandwidth. Now, would everyone please turn and greet your neighbors? This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And now, let us speak these words as one. Come, let us worship together.
Riley, can you come help me light the chalice candle today? I'm in trouble for that one. That's my 11-year-old son. The flaming chalice was first used by the Unitarian Service Committee as a symbol of life-saving refuge for people fleeing Nazi persecution in Europe during World War II. As we light this chalice, we invoke the love that called people to put their lives at risk to save others. May we be vessels of life-saving welcome. We also light our peace candle to remind ourselves that peace is a process that requires work, that peace is not merely an absence of conflict, but the presence of justice.
Our opening hymn is number 318, We Would Be One. Please stand if you are willing and able. We would be one as now we join in singing our hymn of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for that meaning which binds our hearts and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service with love and justice, strive to make us free. Thank you.
Every week, we make some space and time to be human and to celebrate our joys and grieve our sorrows together. Should you wish to share a personal joy or a sorrow about a person or persons in your life, there will be paper to fill out and place in the basket on the way to the chalice. After our ritual, I will read these personal joys and concerns to the congregation. All right, so you may now line up over by the wall over here. You can also line up in this aisle, and we will select stones or shells from the basket to represent our joys and concerns, gently placing them into the chalice of water to signify the joining of our communal sorrows and joys as one community. Thank you for joining in our communal water ritual today. I would like to read the joys and concerns that have been shared with us as a congregation so that you can hold these in your hearts and your minds, be thinking about these people and these issues in the week to come. So let's see. First, Parker and his chorus classmates lost their teacher, Mrs. V, on the 30th. So please keep them in your family and in your thoughts. My bestie Payson has another hospital stay this week for some more testing. He's going to be awesome. Okay, let's see. Shelly says her husband's traveling to Florida today for 2 weeks training to start a new job. That's exciting. And she also has a job interview this week for a job she has waited for 10 years for. We are all anxiously awaiting an update from Shelly. A joy for Kai, who is returning to college this month. That is exciting news. Everybody be ready to study with Kai and come. Could we all come to your first day of school and take pictures? It's not too much to ask, I don't think. And Sarah has excellent news. Where is Miss Sarah? She's moving into her new tiny house this week and starting homeschool tomorrow, because if there's one thing Sarah Gunray can do, it's have extra hours in the day. Facts. Exciting. Congratulations, Sarah. I'll toss one in as well. I'll be traveling pretty shortly. If you're not aware, we're from Mississippi. My husband and I and Riley were all originally from Mississippi, and I am work in governmental affairs for the university, the first publicly funded university for women in the United States. It's where we attended college, and I work in governmental affairs for them now. And the Mississippi State Legislature is going to convene on Tuesday, and I've got to go down there. So pray that I can control my face, stay positive, make lots of friends. Yeah. We'd also like to recognize as a community that the people of Palestine wake up each day to an ongoing genocide of their people and their culture. We continue to pray that peace will find a way. Whether it's sharing our joys or our sorrows together, whether they're far away, the big, the small, and the in-between. We do it together as a community, and it shares the burden, and it also shares the joy. So keep that in your mind. This community witnesses your joys, your sorrows, even the ones that you don't speak aloud or the ones that slowly form in your heart. May you know that you are held in love and that you are not alone. Whether you are in grief or in celebration, we are here for each other. May you know love, may you know peace, and may you be safe. Now we're going to do our much loved Time for All Ages. We have a story about the ways that we can be kind. We have a video slide that I see Barb is queuing up. It's called Be Kind, Story Time with Nana. And if you'd like to come get a closer look, we've got a couple seats in the front. I promise the Hoopers do not bite much.
Hey fellow teachers, check this out. I'm going to use this AI platform to create my next lesson plan for my students in about 60 seconds.
Welcome to Story Time with Nana Pam.
Hi everyone, it's Nana Pam. Today I'm reading the book, Be Kind. Enjoy the story. Tanisha spilled grape juice yesterday. All over her new dress. Everyone laughed. I almost did too. But Mom always tells me to be kind, so I tried. I don't think it worked. I said, purple is my favorite color. I thought Tanisha would smile, but she ran into the hall instead. When she came back, Snapping was over. She put on her art smock and didn't look at anyone. I almost told Tanisha that art was my favorite class, but I didn't want her to leave again. So I painted purple splotches and added some green until I had a bunch of beautiful violets. But I couldn't Should I have handed her my napkin? Let her borrow my sweatshirt? Spilled my juice so everyone stared at me instead? What does it mean to be kind anyway? Maybe it's giving. Making cookies for Mr. Rinaldi, who lives alone. Letting someone with smaller feet have my too tight shoes. Might even win races in them too. Maybe it's healthier. Putting dirty dishes in the sink. Cleaning up after Otis, our class guinea pig. He's a messy eater. Maybe it's paying attention. Telling Desmond I like his blue boots. Asking the new girl to be my partner. Listening to Aunt Franny's stories, even the ones I've heard before. Being kind should be easy, like throwing away a wrapper, or recycling a bottle, or saying, thank you, bless you. My mom says the quickest way to be kind is to use people's names. Hey, Kayla. What's new, Omar? Good afternoon, Rabbi Mandelbaum. Being kind can be hard too. Even when you know what to do, teaching someone something I'm good at is tricky. Even when I'm patient. And sticking up for someone when other kids aren't kind is really hard and really scary. Maybe I can't solve Tinish's grape juice problem. Maybe all I can do is sit by her in art class and paint this picture for her because I know she likes purple too. Maybe I can only do small things, but my small things might join small things other people do. And together, we can grow into something big. Something really big. So big that all our kindness will spill out of our school. Spread throughout town. Travel across the country. And go all the way around the world. Right back to Tanisha and me. So we can be kind. Again and again and again. The end. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Until next time, Nana Pam is sending you big hugs. Have a great day. At Cole's Ultimate Parents Event, experience the thrill of lunch. Save up to 70%.
We got to keep the lights on somehow. Sponsorships. That's how we do it. All right, now join me in singing the children to their classes with Miss Sarah, Miss Kai, with the blessing song, please. It's a blessing you were born, and it matters what you do. What we know about God is a piece of the truth. Let the beauty you are be what you do, and you don't have to do it alone. It's a blessing I was born, and it matters what I do. What I know about God is a piece of the truth. Let the beauty you are be what I do.
Never has Happy New Year sounded so hollow. Oh, no doubt, happy things will happen in 2025. Babies will be born, children will laugh, we will be together. Perhaps you've seen the cartoon where a bunch of people are hiding around the corner while they use a long stick to gently prod open a door marked 2025. This year, there's more uncertainty, more trepidation around what the new year will bring. Early in November, I sent out a cry to God, to the universe. I asked, how am I to live in such times? And God, the universe, responded. That's why I'm standing here delivering this message today. I thought you might have the same question and might benefit from the answers I received. It only feels natural to share whatever wisdom comes to us with the people we love. First, I discovered Dr. Bandy Lee, a world-renowned psychiatrist. She believes that roughly a third to a half of our country is afflicted with a contagious mental health disease. This point of view has helped me feel more compassion for the sufferers who exhibit such symptoms as being susceptible to suggestion from a guru-type leader, being fearful of any other point of view, and violent rhetoric against those with whom they disagree. It is much easier not to judge and to feel compassion for these people, thanks to Dr. Bandy Lee. Second, my wonderful therapist recommended I read the book Many Lives, Many Masters. Now, I am well aware that among us we have a diversity of opinions over what, if anything, happens after death. I am not here to preach the gospel of reincarnation, but I did find the concepts in this book encouraging. Perhaps this is only one of many lives. Perhaps the precious people in our lives join us in other lives so that we never truly lose anyone. Perhaps we are guided by wise and benevolent spirits throughout our lives. Perhaps we chose to be here, now, in the midst of these difficult circumstances. Why would we do that? Why put ourselves through such trying times? I have an idea. Knowing the generous hearts you all have, I wonder if we might be here to be a light in the darkness, a song in the night, a lighthouse for all those tossed about on stormy seas. But how do we become this beacon of hope? Now, I can tell you, I've been listening to sermons, homilies, and messages since I was 7 years old, and my pet peeve has always been they tell you what to do: be love, be light, be a good neighbor, but not how to do it. Well, I'm not going to leave you wondering how to be a lighthouse. Here are some qualities we need to develop and some ways to develop them. First, we need a firm foundation. It doesn't do those boats in the water a darn bit of good if the lighthouse goes bobbing along with them. What is our foundation? It's our bodies. To give our bodies the support they need, we need to do all those things our mothers told us. Get plenty of rest, eat healthy foods, go out in the sunshine, and get some exercise. We know we need to do those things, but often if we're feeling bad, those are the first things to go. But there's another skill we need to develop in relationship with our own bodies: listening to what they tell us. Your body feels emotions before you have time to think. Let's say someone cuts you off in traffic. Your body feels and reacts before you even have time to label the emotion fear or anger. Your body feels every emotion. Our job is to notice it. Let's take a pleasant one as an example. When my 1.5-year-old granddaughter Evelyn falls asleep with her head on my shoulder and her chest against mine, I feel such a warmth, such a glow in the region of my heart. Imagine yourself in that situation now. You're holding someone you love. Their head rests on your shoulder. You can feel the rise and fall of their breathing against your own chest. Bring your awareness to the place in your body where you feel what might be called love, or peace, or perfect trust. Enjoy this for a moment. Now we're going to practice this skill with a less pleasant emotion. Let's say you're on your way here or on your way home, and someone cuts you off in traffic. There's nearly an accident. Imagine yourself in that situation now. Notice in your body where you feel this emotion. Your gut, your shoulders, your jaw. Wherever it is, just be with that uncomfortable feeling, whether it's fear, alarm, or anger, or some unknown emotion. Just be with it, without judgment, without trying to change it. Now I'm going to tell you something you can put to the test in your own lives. This feels miraculous to me. After a minute or two, roughly 90 seconds, that emotion, whatever the emotion may be, will dissipate, weaken, dissolve. Here's what you've accomplished in this meditation. You have felt the feeling without trying to change it or escape from it. You have paid attention to the wisdom of your body, which will never lie to you. You've created for your lighthouse a trustworthy foundation where you can feel your emotions in your body and not be swept away by them. That is no small accomplishment. Practice daily. This can be your firm foundation. Second, let's consider how we build and maintain the sturdy walls of our lighthouse. First, let's consider their function. They keep the storm out there. They keep the lighthouse keeper safe. And they support the beacon above. Our boundaries need to do the same thing. Protect us from the storm and keep us connected with our purpose. One firm boundary I have is that I rely on a few trusted news sources to keep me informed. I limit my exposure to the news to once a day for 20 to 30 minutes. That way I can stay informed without getting swept away by the drama created by the media for the sake of profit. Another boundary you might like to maintain is that old-fashioned recommendation to avoid discussing politics and religion. The third way to maintain a healthy boundary is to decide ahead of time how you're going to respond should a controversial topic come up. Here is what Dr. Bandy Lee suggests should you encounter someone suffering from the mental illness contagion I mentioned before. Let them talk. Ask questions gently and out of genuine interest in how they came to these beliefs. It is possible that some of your questions may stay with them and even become their questions. Their questioning might be the first stage of potential recovery. If it feels too hard to do this, and some days it will, you can just say, I don't discuss religion or politics, or whatever the controversial topic may be. Finally, the purpose of a lighthouse is to shine, especially in the midst of a storm. I would like to suggest that our purpose is similar, to shine. But how? First, make sure that every single day you ask yourself, what would bring me joy today? Then do it. Call or text a friend. Buy a bouquet of flowers. Have a really good cup of coffee or tea. Take a walk in nature. Visit the ocean. Observe the wildlife around you. Sew, bake cookies, create. And above all, keep your sense of humor and take full advantage of every opportunity to laugh. Now, if you are just depressed, you might not be able to feel the joy at first. Just keep doing something that you think might bring you joy, and notice how, eventually, your emotions will thaw and you will feel again. Because some part of you realizes you are actively showing love to yourself. This practice brought me out of a severe depression that resulted in my being hospitalized in 1994. Now, by the grace of the YouTube algorithm, last week I was introduced to a Zen Buddhist monk, Heimin Sunim, who recommends the following practice. He suggested that you get a gratitude buddy. As you become aware of something you're grateful for, text them about it. Chances are they'll be inspired to text you back something they're grateful for. In this way, you spark each other's gratitude, and that leads to joy. If you would prefer to do this on your own, text yourself 3 to 5 things you're grateful for daily. On rough days, you can look back at your list, and it might help you feel better. If you're having trouble finding something to be grateful for, consider what you would miss if it were gone. And now I'm going to share with you the best way to keep your beacon bright. Spend some time each day envisioning the world as you wish it to be. This practice comes from Tibetan Buddhist practitioner Andrea Wynne. Build this world in your heart and mind. Think what it would be like to live in such a world. Bask in it, the way a cat basks in sunshine. And if someday you find your light flickering, remember that you are not alone. Remember that scene in Lord of the Rings when Gondor asks Rohan for help and the beacons are lit one after another? Look at your neighbors sitting around you right now. When your light is dim, look to them and be inspired. And together, let's play with some ideas for creating that world of our imaginings. My final gift to you, which will lead directly into our meditation, is a bit of Zen wisdom it can take years of practice to discover. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices your thoughts. Our meditation today is one I like to call Blue Sky Mind. Your awareness is the clear blue sky. Your thoughts and opinions are just passing clouds. Let them pass. Don't get caught up in them. Just watch them float by. Notice the moments between the thoughts when you are pure awareness. This is who you really are, your true self. Enjoy your blue sky meditation for 2 minutes, eyes open or closed. Love and accept all that you hear, whatever you see during this meditation. This is a type of meditation called shikantaza, and it means that we don't resist anything, we accept it. Please remain seated and join in singing hymn 123, Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Every month, the Social Justice Committee selects a nonprofit organization to share the plate with UCF. For the month of January, we will be collecting for Family Promise of Carteret County, and today we have Lisa Barnes, a volunteer at Family Promise, to tell us about the work they do. Lisa? There's Lisa.
Phone with me because telemarketers keep calling on Sunday. How rude. I got senioritis and can't figure out how to shut it off. Oh, okay. I have no speaking experience whatsoever. But I do want to say that I started volunteering at Family Promise a couple of months ago. And I'm extremely impressed with them and what they do. And Sandy Hewitt, who I'm speaking for today, she couldn't be here. But she wants to give you thanks as the season of giving approaches and remind us all of the kindness and generosity of our community. Thanks for giving unwavering support. Family Promise has been able to provide essential resources, transitional housing, meals, hope, and pathways to stability for hundreds of individuals and families facing homelessness. Sandy takes this very seriously, and I can't believe how you can tell God's in it. It's the only way that it can work as well as it does, but she is dedicated to these people in need. I can't imagine having 2 twins or any babies and nowhere to go with them, and being homeless on the street is a pretty hard thing to do. So I'm grateful that this is here in our county, and I'm grateful for every one of you that would contribute to it. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. All right. It says, over the past 2 years, our contributions have been able to accomplish remarkable things, provided shelter and support for service for over 321 individuals, distributed 2,000 warm coats to children through our partnership with Subaru. Next year, we're giving away new shoes and socks to children in need. 46 people and families transitioning into permanent housing. Provided all furniture needed for the new homes for 18 families. Provided, I don't even know how many, 50,000 meals. Supported 2 parents getting their GED at Carteret Community College. Taught financial budget management to 14 adult parents, assisted 12 parents with new jobs, assisted 17 children with recommendations, tutoring, homework assistance, hosted 21 birthday parties, 6 trips to Fort Macon State Park, 2 trips to the aquarium, and 6 trips to the Maritime Museum in Beaufort, 8 trips for ice cream, that's pretty good, and 3 trips to play out putt-putt golf, all in one summer. Accommodated 4 families, 9 children trick-or-treating. Thank you to St. James Thrift Store, Newport, for all the costumes. We know there are still much more work to be done. The challenges of homelessness persist, and the need of our service continues to grow. That's why we're inviting you to join again in our annual giving program. This program is an opportunity for us to come together as a community together, and we're providing the resources necessary to give hope and a new beginning to those in need. There's a picture here of Sandy with at least 2 twin babies, and I spent Thanksgiving there this year, and these 2 twin babies came back to have Thanksgiving. This is just such a blessing to these people. What you're contributing to is has changed the way I feel about a lot of things, and it really has. Okay, one morning I woke up early. My devotions, as I was praying, I said, Lord, what can I do for you today? With that prayer in my heart, I went to work. At noon, someone knocked on the door, and I knew my prayer had an answer. A young mother with an 11-month-old 2 twin boys stood on the stoop, looking hopeful, afraid. I welcomed her in, dried her tears, and tried to make her as comfortable as possible. She settled her babies and told me how she came to our door. The father of her children is struggling with drugs and started struggling in areas of his life. At first, she was trying to hold things together, even as she was becoming afraid of her children's safety. However, in the stillness of Monday morning, she suddenly felt called to seek help. Excuse me. First thing she did that day, taking the twins with her, she reached out to anyone who would listen and found a good Samaritan who brought her to Family Promise. She explained that she had no family and no friends in the area to help her. By the grace of God, one of our families had just moved out into their next stage, so miraculously there was room available in the inn. And I was glad to be invited. I was glad to invite her and her babies in as guests. As soon as our friends at St. James Thrift Store heard about the need, they came right away with cribs and playpens and high chairs. The next day, I found that everyone had slept soundly. The first night, Mom and I got busy with all the necessary paperwork, and her twins, she got their birth certificates, their Phew. Let me reread this. My nose runs bad. Phew. With necessary paperwork to get her and her twins under their own stream, securing essential resources for their eligibility for the Department of Health and Human Resources, SNAP, WIC, First Work, etc. Then she began to work on replacing the Social Security cards, birth certificates for all three. I also learned that Mom qualified to be on disability, so we started researching why those benefits had lapsed. This was no easy task, cutting through the red tape and working through the system, but my friends, this is what I'm good at. A week later, the nicest man called me and was able to get Mom back on track, even with back pay. That's pretty amazing. After a few weeks, I realized Mom needed more help than we were able to provide, so I reached out again to my friends at Carteret Partnership for Children Health Department, diaper program, vocational rehabilitation, Eastern Regional Housing Authority. Every organization jumped into action to help this young family, with everyone pitching in. What normally takes 5 to 6 months was accomplished in 7 weeks. The doors were opening in record time. We were able to meet all their needs and even move this mom and her little boys in their own permanent home with the help of some wonderful Carteret County folks. We stocked the refrigerator, hooked up the TV, made the beds, and even celebrated the boys' first birthday. So be ready. When you open your heart to God, He's always listening, and if you let Him, He's always walking with you hand in hand all the way. Phew. Sorry, guys. All right. We're reaching out this year to expand the capacity to bring the community to love in Carteret County this year. Our goal is to raise $75,000 to fund transitional housing and job placement services for 150 new individuals and families. Your donations will directly impact the lives of our citizens experiencing homelessness by helping us provide shelter, meals, health care, and most importantly, a supportive path forward. To contribute, you can visit the website, mail in a donation, or just stop by 1500 Rendell Street. Every contribution, no matter what size, makes a difference. We're deeply grateful for your partnership in this critical mission. I'm sorry, I can't see to read because I'm crying. Okay.
Thank you so much for that wonderful testimony. Carteret County families, like most Americans, are often one major or minor financial crisis, a medical bill, a broken down car away from homelessness. So please give generously today so that we can help support Family Promise in Carteret County. Please join in blessing this offering with hymn number 402, From You I Receive. We will sing it through twice. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Now we will extinguish our chalice. Nicole, would you like to join me today to extinguish our chalice? Okay, please join me in reading our chalice extinguishing words in English first. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now in Espanol. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad, o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.
Please stand as you are able and willing for our closing hymn, number 122, Sound Over All Waters. Sound over all waters, reach out from all lands, the chorus of voices, the clasping of hands. Rise, hope of the ages, arise like the sun. All speech flow to music, all hearts beat as one. Sing bridal of nations with chorals of love. Sing out the war vulture and sing in the dove. With glad jubilation, sing hope for the world. The great storm is ending, the clouds are all furled. Sound trumpets of triumph for marches of peace. East, west, north, and south, let the long quarrels cease. Sing songs of great joy that the angels began. Give glory to children, to woman and man. Hark, joining the chorus, the heavens resound. The old day is ending, a new day is crowned. Rise, hope for the ages, arise like the sun. All speech flow to music, all hearts beat as one. It is the UCF tradition to join hands and form anything close to a circle. So feel free to fill in the perimeter around the room. However, if you prefer not to, or moving is not what you need right now, you may remain in the center of the circle, and we'll surround you with presence and love. And we're including you too, Karen. May the blessing of light be on you, light without and light within. May the blessed sunlight shine upon you and warm your heart till it glows, like a great peat fire, so that the stranger may come and warm himself at it, as well as the friend. And may the light shine out of the eyes of you, like a candle set in the windows of a house. bidding the wanderer to come in out of the storm. Go now in peace.